resumed, the Mon Wars have. That was a god-awful Yoda impression. This video is off to just the most dog shit of starts. Everybody, it is February 27th, and that means it is everyone's favorite day of the year. Well, used to be everyone's favorite day of the year. I think opinions might be a little more mixed these days. But it's Pokemon Day. The 29th anniversary of Pokemon. Which means, of course, Game Freak has come out with, as always, their Pokemon Day Direct. Which I remember distinctly last year, when last year's came along, I was like, I want one thing this year. And that one thing I want is for them not to mention the words Gen 10. If I'm a little, seem like I'm not talking consistently, there's a reason for that. Hold on, we'll get to it. I am setting up my capture in the background. That's why. I mean, TV's already in use. It's not in use. Fine, call it television then. Jeez. Be like that. Transition. Look at that. Beautifully done. Okay. But yeah, I remember last year I very specifically was saying that, I do not want them saying the words Gen 10. This year, I'm a little bit different on that opinion, because I actually think they are going to say the words Gen 10. I know that's something that some folks have kind of gone back and forth on, is the question of, will they... Well, it's not so much people have gone back and forth on. Just about every single person on this gosh darn planet agrees they don't want to hear the words Gen 10 today. I think we're going to hear the words Gen 10 today. What I hope is that we do not hear the word 2025 after that. In fact, I hope we don't hear the word I hope we don't hear the word 2025 after it, and I hope we don't hear the word early after it. I think they are going to give us a teaser trailer for Gen 10. Kind of like how with Scarlet and Violet we had the, that trailer that was like the room that I guess was meant to be like the professors, well, not the professors, the director's room at the school. Or was it meant to be like Arvin's house? I don't know, but it had all, it had the pictures of the 3 starters and then the book and all that. I think they're going to give us something like that. And then that's all they're going to give us. Is I hope at the end of that little look, that little first look, that little tease, it just says 2026. Because I think that's a fair assessment. Next year is the 30th. They have every reasonable incentive to hold Gen 10 one more year, even though it is supposed to, according to the schedule, come out this year. Why would you release it now when you could, predicate your entire 30th anniversary's festivities around this milestone of the first double-digit generation? Plus, it means it won't be a launch title for the Switch 2. That's also why I don't want it to be early 2026. There are some people who have said, maybe they'll launch it, try to get it as close to February 27th, 2026 as possible. Please, for the love of God, don't. I want them to have at least 6 months with the Switch 2 out to develop this thing. I know they probably have the dev kit already and probably have had it for a year. But, listen. There's a reason I said the Mon Wars have resumed. Us Pokemon fans, we're burned. We are badly burned by the events of the last 8 years. Just dog crap title after dog crap title. That's actually not entirely true. Like, I will say, Sword and Shield were dog crap titles. Just straight up. They were bad. Front to back. Performance to story to everything. It was all bad. Nothing good happened in that. But they learned their lesson. They did learn their lesson. Legends Arceus. Pretty good. I loved a lot of the changes that they made to the formula. Sure, the end of that game sent me in a spiral of frustration because I didn't want to grind 20 levels on my team just to beat the post-game boss. That's on me. But, like, once the sky turns purple, I might call that, honestly, the best Pokemon story once the sky turns purple, and that's kind of a problem that carried over into Scarlet and Violet is they can write some damn good stories over at Game Freak. The problem is those stories are buried like 30 hours deep in a 40-hour game. Which isn't even true. These are like 20-hour games and they're buried like 15 hours deep. Sometimes 18 hours deep. Like, it's very much like, here's Pokemon doing what Pokemon does. Fill your decks, fight your gym leaders. And all of a sudden you're like 80% of the game and it's like, holy shit, it's Shin Megami Tensei now! That's something they do need to get better at. They need to be willing to commit. Like a certain other Mon-catching franchise out there learned 10 years ago how to commit to the bit. That's why I'm saying the Mon Wars are back, because this year, after an 8-year hiatus, Digimon Story is back. And having played through all of Cyber Sleuth and about half of Hacker's Memory, this is going to be juicy this year. Because Cyber Sleuth blows the goddamn doors off of everything Game Freak did in the Switch era. And I'm including Legends in that. Like, these two franchises both launching big name titles, and it's weird to call Legends ZA a big name title, because by the way, we're getting I don't know if we're going to get a launch date for it, but I do think we're going to get, once again, probably like, man, do I think they're going to tell us late? Because here's the thing right off the top. I think they're going to confirm today it is launching for the Switch and the Switch 2. They're going to be like, yeah, the Switch 2 version runs at, actual consistent FPS. Switch version runs at an average of maybe 12, because Game Freak can't make Switch games. And I don't think that's changing here at the end. So, like, if they say late, then that confirms that the Switch 2 is coming out late 2025, which I believe is what's happening. There's some people that are still like, nah, they could make a May or June release. Nah. If their big reveal is in April, that thing ain't coming out till October. We're just gonna have to live with it. But no, like, between Time Stranger and Legends ZA, because Legends Arceus was good enough for me to call ZA a big name title. There's gonna be a juicy fight of two titans of 90s Mon catching this year. And if Game Freak can't at least prove here, after 8 years of getting just punched in the face, and 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 punched in the face. And by the way, I picked 5 on purpose because that's Let's Go, that's Sword and Shield, that's Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, that's Legends Arceus, and that's Scarlet and Violet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they get punched in the face yet again in the same year that a major Digimon story game comes out, I don't see Game Freak or Pokemon getting up off the mat. Like, they're getting their 1v1. I remember when WoW chose to have its 1v1 with Final Fantasy XIV. WoW got punched in the face, went down to the mat, and their next expansion, they massively revamped just about every system in the game to be more like FF14. I foresee probably a similar fate if Pokemon gets punched down to the mat by Time Stranger this year. But anyway, with all that vamping, we're officially over. This is going to be a 30-minute video. So, let's kill this lo-fi music. And let's start. They're announcing Pokemon Channel 2. I can't believe it. Oh. My TV doesn't like when I do full screen. This was a slight mistake, but it seems to have stabilized itself, so hopefully we're good. Also, I see... hold on. My TV died. I do have to actually take it out of full screen. Ryan, you shit. There we go. Linux, everybody. It mostly works. Mostly. Gotta turn down the volume. It's kind of loud. I saw it was fighting me for volume.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
That should be better.
Today,
I just want to have my mic a little bit louder than the desktop audio.
It's Pokemon Day. This is the date the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan, marking the beginning of the Pokemon series. It's been 29 years since the birth of Pokemon.
Next year's the big one, that's why I think it's Gen 10 next year.
Through the support of all you trainers around the world. Thanks to all of you, it's now possible to enjoy Pokemon each day in a variety of ways.
We're announcing updates to Pokemon Sleep.
We hope to keep bringing you new
Actually, that is probably going to happen, let's be real.
Day-to-day lives with Pokemon. In today's broadcast, we'll be sharing all the latest news about Pokemon, including our newest titles. Please enjoy the presentation.
I'm immediately scared. I mean, I said at the top, I expect them to do a teaser. Just please, I'll say it again. For anyone who skipped past the long introduction, don't say 2025 and don't say early 2026. That's all I ask for. Oh!
It's the Netflix series Pokemon Concierge.
Are they doing season 2?
Pokemon resort on a tropical island. The story
or is this just an ad?
Who is still
For the record, I freaking loved this show.
Together through their interactions with the resort's Pokemon guests. Its charm lies in the warm visuals that can be achieved only through stop-motion animation. And new episodes of Pokemon Concierge are in production. They are slated for release in September 2025.
I'll try not to peek the mic, because it's a little close to the peak there.
As guests next. Take a first look at a few of the Pokemon they will meet in this motion test footage. Just look at the personality and how they move.
Ooh, Arcanine.
But there's more.
I love the aesthetic on this.
Are available to watch on Pokemon's official YouTube channel for free. Please
I was so sad when there were only 4 episodes of this.
Pokemon Concierge yet.
Like,
and we hope you look forward to.
I love the idea of this getting a season 2. I love it. But you know what I'd love more? I'd love a game based on this. Like a chill, dare I say, Animal Crossing-ish kind of game where you're just, you know, taking care of Pokemon like this. Sign me up.
The new episodes as well.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokemon Company.
I love that you can tell they had a script because the narration actually started before he started talking. Oh, we're just diving right in, okay.
In Pokemon Go Tour Unova Global will take place on March 1st and March 2nd.
Apparently McDonald's, by the way, are Pokestops. Mine's been advertising that for a while now. I assume that was when they started, that was around the time they latest did, having Pokemon cards and Happy Meals, and every time they do it, like clockwork, they have to put a sign in the window stating they will only give you cards if you buy a Happy Meal. Hilarious. I love it every time. Is this, their MOBA. Whatever the fuck their MOBA is called. Oh, no, it's their gacha. Sorry. Wrong money maker. Log in now to receive 3,000 gems, which is enough to get you not even half a roll. This game still exists? I thought they closed this. Honestly, like, Go and Cafe Remix and the MOBA game whose name I forget might as well just be 3 free spaces on a bingo board. Now this is the MOBA. No, this is Sleep. God damn it, where's the MOBA? Also, hang on, I want to back something up here. Dramatization. Pokemon Sleep does not include AR functionality. I wanted to back that up because I just wanted to see if it said dramatization. Pokemon are not real. Has a very anime Umbreon. Is there a plot to this game? Oh, no there isn't. Okay, it's an event. There's the MOBA. Thank you, finally. None of these are new, are they? I swear Alolan Raichu has been in that game for years. I guess not.
Remote Stadium will be returning to ranked matches. Enjoy intense battles
Wait,
in the unforgettable
where did it go?
Remote Stadium. A new type of battle is also arriving, called First to 500. In it, a new feature called Eos technology allows you to gain special effects when you score a certain number of points.
Silence, Discord.
Plus, look forward to an updated map with updated wild Pokemon. The win condition is simple. Be the first to score 500 points.
This is where they announce it's coming to Switch 2. See, I keep saying that, but actually the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, so really, it already is coming to Switch 2. I'm just dumb. You too can now enjoy the feel of opening a card pack through haptic feedback on the new iPhone 28. I know it says Pokemon Day, but I've seen people asking for it, and I have to agree with them. When are we getting one of these for the Digimon card game? I think we have one for like all of the major card games at this point. Like Pokemon's got one. I'm pretty sure Yu-Gi-Oh's got one. Magic definitely has one. I think the only one that doesn't is the Digimon card game. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was the anime for a second. What is this? Just the next pack? Or is this a new TCG related thing? It's the Keyblade Graveyard! What is this? Why is it I mute Discord and then you start dinging at me? Stupid phone. It's just a card. Or is this like they've never done like EX Megas before? Is this about to completely blow up the meta? Yeah, okay, this is going to blow up the meta. Got it. Everyone's gonna have one of those two cards. Megas are such a mistake.
Next, allow me to share some news
now for the
about
good part.
Pokemon video game series. In the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games, we're celebrating Pokemon Day with a Rotom phone case giveaway.
That's how you know these games are dead.
Along with a mass outbreak event and other in-game events to come.
Mass out. Okay, red, green.
A mighty meow.
Ha ha ha! A mass outbreak of red, green, and blue colored Pokemon. I assume that's because they did mass outbreaks of Gen 1 Pokemon like last year. They're running out of events. This is why they're on a schedule.
A series of Terra Raid battle events.
They have to break it because the anniversary next year is the big one.
And even more Pokemon are planned to appear in the future. We hope you continue to enjoy the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games.
I haven't even played the DLC for those games, but I've heard they're apparently good.
Next, please have a look at this video.
And this is ZA. Understand there are many hot people in this game. Hang on. Oh, okay, this is just a promo video. Or is it saying that they're remaking Gen 1 again? I've heard that before. Hello, Stadium. I remember you. Okay, no, this is just a hype video. Wow, Battle Revolution. That's an odd cut. Nobody remembers that game except for the fact it was on Twitch Plays Pokemon. As basically their, like, between event, like, salty bet. Still is, by the way. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? I see no plot, so I assume, is this like official showdown? Or is this their ad for the VGCs this year? Well, no, it couldn't be because Pokemon isn't on phones. So this is official showdown, is what this is. That is an official version of Pokemon Showdown, except not on PCs.
What you've just seen is the world's first glimpse of a new title, Pokemon Champions.
That art is so busy. I hate it.
You know and love from core Pokemon games. Pokemon Champions will continue the tradition of pitting your skills against those of other trainers from around the world.
I mean, I say official showdown, but really, what is showdown except unofficial Pokemon Battle Revolution or unofficial Pokemon Stadium? Which explains why those games were there.
For this project, while development is being handled by the Pokemon Works.
The hell is the Pokemon Works? That's a new company.
Not only to the Nintendo Switch family of systems, but to mobile devices too. You'll be able to choose how.
Interesting that you call it the Nintendo Switch family of systems. This isn't me saying Switch 2 port. This is because obviously backwards compatibility. But it's a little subtle change now that we know the Switch 2 is coming this year. It's now the family of systems.
How you want to play based on where you are. What's more, you can also connect with Pokemon Home.
Okay, yeah, that's
Thanks
like
to
the
this connectivity, you won't be limited to using Pokemon you can partner up with in Pokemon Champions. You'll be able to team up with Pokemon who joined you on your adventures.
You can use it from
Go
Go too.
Games.
Okay, that's kind of neat.
We hope you're looking forward to battling.
That's
Pokemon
actually kind of
from
cool.
all
I
corners
like
of the
that.
world.
It's like how you used to be able to plug in, you know, Red, Blue, Yellow into Stadium 1 or Gold, Silver, Crystal, Red, Blue, Yellow into Stadium 2.
We'd like to share some information about the languages Pokemon Series games will be available in. Mr. Tomás Cortijo, please take it away.
Saludos a todos desde la nueva oficina de Pokémon en la hermosa
Oh,
ciudad.
are they adding
Soy Tomás Cortijo.
Are they adding
director
support
regional
for
para Latinoamérica
Mexican
de Pokémon
Spanish?
Company International. El día de hoy estoy muy feliz de anunciarles que Pokémon Champions estará disponible en español latinoamericano desde el día de su
It's
lanzamiento.
officially Latin
De
American
igual forma,
Spanish.
además de los 9 idiomas que los entrenadores y entrenadoras pueden elegir, Leyendas Pokémon ZA tendrá también la
Do
opción
they
de
have,
jugarse
do they
en
have them
español
in
latinoamericano.
Portuguese?
Esto significa que de aquí en adelante habrá 10 idiomas disponibles para jugar. Finalmente, como ya anunciamos con anterioridad, Las futuras expansiones del famoso
Trading card
juego de
game, yeah,
cartas
is also going to get an
coleccionables de
official
Pokémon
Latin
estarán
American
también
translation.
disponibles en español de Latinoamérica.
That's cool. I don't
Localizar
know how
productos
different
como
Latin
leyendas
American
Pokémon
Spanish is
ZA
from
al
European
español
Spanish.
latinoamericano
But that's
permitirá
cool.
que millones de nuevos fans se unan a la comunidad global de Pokémon y se conecten con otros jugadores de formas nunca antes vistas. Como parte de The Pokémon
Where's
Company
VGCs
Group,
held
este es
this
un
year?
claro ejemplo de
They
nuestra
should, either this
visión
year or
de
next year, they
unir
should
al
hold the
mundo a
VGCs in
través de
Mexico
Pokémon.
City.
Saber que los fans disfrutan aún
Maybe this
más
means
de
the next.
jugar
No, I don't
Pokémon
think
en
the
su
next
idioma
region will
local
be in
nos
will be
permite
Mexico
explorar
based
nuevas formas para
because
invitar a los
I
jugadores
think
de diferentes regiones y mercados
I don't know if they
como
do
Latinoamérica.
directly from Spain to
Este es un
Mexico. I
momento
feel like they'd want to
increíble
vary
para
it
ser
up a
fan de
little
Pokémon,
more.
sin importar en qué parte del mundo te encuentres, por lo que no puedo esperar para unirme a todos ustedes en sus próximas
Maybe an
aventuras.
Italian region
Nos
next.
vemos
That'd be
pronto.
neat.
Finally, here's the latest
Oh,
update on
okay.
Pokemon Legends Z.
Well, hold on. It could just Gen 10 could just be a. And here's one more thing. Okay, now I have to actually be serious though. How bad does this look? Oh, this looks modern? It is modern. Oh wow, people thought we were going to the past, but no. We are not going to the past. Okay. Wow, I hate all those starters. My starters going in the box immediately. Okay, that's one thing that this is the part where I'm gonna be starting and stopping a lot, alright? We just hit the 30-minute mark. We might go for an hour, another half hour just covering these next 4 minutes. One thing I do like that. One thing I really hoped they do for the next Legends game is have, more ways of kind of preparing to catch Pokemon. Because admittedly, Legends Arceus kind of eventually turned into just, you know, throw the food, get behind it, throw the ball behind it, you're good. So the idea that, like, you don't need to engage in a full Pokemon battle, but you can engage in, like, a partial Pokemon battle, like, kind of like how there's I think there was auto battling in Scarlet and Violet. There's a little bit of that, you know, you send your Pokemon out and it'll go, bleh, and, you know, damage the Pokemon to make it easier to catch. That's cool. That's great. That's something I wanted to see them do. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. Oh, that screams we didn't want to add an animation for, like, climbing a ladder or something. Ugh, that looks bad. That's a bad sign. Thumbs down from me, bro. Oh, that's cool. Which makes me question, then, why no ladder climb anime? Oh! Oh! Back that up! Back that up! Look at this! Look at this! You have to physically dodge the attacks! They're finally doing it! They're finally doing it! Yeah, Megas are back. Nothing new there. Everyone and their dog saw that one coming. Hold on. That's your rival? I don't think that's game canon non-binary. I think that's probably just a gal. I think that place is just covered in... It's old, but I don't think it's run down. That's definitely... See, if this were mainline Pokemon, I'd clock her instantly as the villain, and I'd probably be 90% right. But Legends Arceus did throw us two very strong curveballs when it came to villains. So, I can't be sure. It's been 3,000 years. So, like... God. What did he look like? I don't remember what he looked like in the originals. Hold on. Where's my phone? You dumb ding-dong thing. Let me look him up. I need to... Silence phone. I need to look this man up. I'm gonna look Pokemon AZ, and I guarantee you I'm just gonna get information on the game. Oh no, it gave me Bulbapedia right away. Thanks, Bulbapedia. It's his fucking art from Legend ZA. God damn it. Hold on. Gallery. There we go. I want to... Did he look that old? Oh yeah, he did have the little, like, cheek wrinkles. Yeah. Nope, he's as old as he ever was. Still unaging. This is set in modern times, though, which is so interesting. I was expecting this to be in the past. Like, I guess he's just back and chilling in a... Just chilling in an old house now? Like... I doubt he's the villain. I assume that business we were looking at before is like our mission control. Like the Galaxy Company, or Galaxy Team, or whatever it was in Legends Arceus was. So is he, like, our Kogita? Is he going to be relevant to the myth arc of the game? Yeah, and of course, it's finally the Zygarde game. We finally are getting it. After all these years.
Pokemon Legends ZA is a new title in the Pokemon series. The story takes place in Lumio City, the largest city in the
I did not expect this to be in modern
Prison Tower
times.
stands tall at the center of this city of beautiful vistas.
I didn't expect it to be in modern times, but I actually don't hate the idea. Because, like, in the original 3DS X and Y, this was like, what, 3 streets? This whole city? So seeing this blowing up to, like, an entire game unto itself, even if it's a game on the scale of, like, Legends Arceus, is going to be amazing. It does make me wonder, though, how much inspiration is this going to take from Cyber Sleuth? In that, is there going to be a mission board where you have to go out and accept missions to help people with problems to increase some kind of rank? Because that's a feature I would... Get out of here, phone. Get out of here. Deal with you later. Because that's a feature that I would very much like to see implemented into Pokemon. Especially Legends games with their open world systems. Like some kind... Like, they did a little bit of quest stuff in Legends Arceus, but I'd love to see that really expanded on as a system here.
These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that people and
oh god,
Pokemon
there's
truly
VR
share.
people. I guess it's not
After
VR
you
in that
arrive
case,
in
it's
Lumio
what, like,
City to see the sights, you'll
holograms?
meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner. Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile.
I hate all of you. I'll
You'll
wait and
choose
see
one
what
of
your
these Pokemon
Colosseum
to
final
accompany
evolutions
you on
are.
a new journey as you get to
Maybe
know
they'll show
Lumio
us later.
City and its inhabitants. Here are some of the colorful characters you'll
So are these 2 twins? Or is which one you get deterministic? Kind of like how who your, like, quote-unquote rival was in Legends Arceus was deterministic by being the opposite protagonist of yourself, but in the past. This is a case where, like, if you pick the girl, you get him. If you pick the guy, you get her.
encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally, either Urbane or Tawny.
Hold on.
Meet a new
There
friend
was text.
and ally.
A, if you meet them when you first arrive, that's as is Floette. So that means as is your mission control in this, which means that other company may in fact be bad guys. Okay, which character you meet will depend on the appearance. Okay, so yeah, it's opposite gender. Girl gets him, boy gets her. I hate that. Pokemon, Literally, Persona was doing that back in P3P. Back in, like, the early 2010s. You could pick your Velvet Room attendant. You did... yes, the Velvet Room attendant has implied romantic feelings towards you. Back at P3P, you could pick to be the FemC and have Elizabeth as your attendant with romantic feelings towards you. I understand it's not cool to show kids that LGBTQ people exist anymore, but damn it, Game Freak, we expect more.
Either urbane
I'm being
or
slightly over the top
there. The
there.
hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ.
Ugh. Wait. What do you mean his name isn't Az? We've been calling him Az for 10 years!
You'll also meet his partner, Floette. Lumia...
Specifically the Eternal Flower Floette. Very important. Interesting that he runs a hotel now. I wonder if part of this game is going to be, like, restoring the hotel and getting people to, like... Oh, I think I might just solve this game's plot. So the city is undergoing a high-tech renovation plan, but AZ, who is your mission control, runs clearly a very old-fashioned hotel. This is going to be a past versus future kind of theme, where part of our objective is to convince the people that they don't need to completely throw out what Lumiose City has always been in the name of progress. By making Az's hotel the best hotel in the city. That sounds ridiculous, but I guarantee. And then, you know, the team at this Quasartico Incorporated, there are villains. Soft villains, but villains.
Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO, Jet, and her secretary, Vinny.
Oh, nobody who has a right-hand man named Vinny is ever a good person.
The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer.
I'm asking once again, Game Freak, voice act this game.
To help people and Pokemon coexist, the city has set up wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
Oh, that's neat actually. It's not just it's not a world map that you pick from. It's an actual full-ass city. That's good. I was a little nervous about that. But also, I get a little bit of a oh, what's Tom Clancy's The Division vibe from this. I've never played it, but that's the vibe I get.
To catch one of these wild Pokemon,
just
aim
throw a ball.
Carefully. Then throw a Pokeball.
We ain't mainline Pokemon. We legends.
If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its moves to weaken the target, making it easier to
hold on, back that up. I was drinking.
Have one of your Pokemon...
Real time combat.
Pokemon use its moves to
Let's
weaken the
go.
target, making it easier to catch. This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen
Real-time
in
battling!
Moves can have a longer or shorter reach, or different areas of effect. So choose your timing and...
This reminds me of an old image that used to make the rounds as a Nintendo hire this man kind of thing, where it was like, it was real-time HD Pokemon battling. Ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo hired that man!
Positioning carefully to gain the upper hand.
You think if that Hippowdon falls from here, it just dies instantly?
And dodge
or does it return
attacks.
to its ball?
Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move. What's more, certain Pokemon can go beyond evolution by undergoing Mega Evolution.
Reminder that Mega Evolution is fucked up and evil and you should not use it.
When a trainer's keystone resonates with the Mega Stone held by their Pokemon, the Pokemon will do more than just change.
That might be actually what I choose to do for that playthrough, is just like,
power, turning the tide of
I've read the dex entries for Mega Evolution, it's fucked up and evil, I'm not using it. And just see how far I can get with that restriction.
Transformation into a city that belongs to both people and Pokemon, who knows what kinds of encounters and experiences will await both people and Pokemon? Who knows what kinds of encounters...
Right there. In the back? I want that to be a mission board. Yes, I understand. Basically what I'm asking for is just give me Cyber Sleuth and Pokemon. But I'm asking for Cyber Sleuth and Pokemon.
And experiences will await you.
Interesting they didn't talk about the fact you can adventure on rooftops.
Coming late 2025.
Okay, so they did say late. I wasn't sure if they were going to confess to late 2025. They did. Oh. Hold on. Is there one more thing? Oh. What the fuck was that?
VA is scheduled to release in late 2025.
Is that saying there's going to be a
Everybody
Pokemon
can
League in
wait
this
just
game?
a little longer for their adventures in Lumiose City to begin.
Or that there's going to be a
That
battle
concludes Our
tower?
announcements for today. Thank you very
The fuck
much.
was that? I guess it's that there's a battle tower in that game? Which is cool. Wow. They really did it. Yeah, there was a non-0% chance something awful would be in here, but nope. It was alright. Nothing too crazy. But no, they actually did it. They didn't say the words Gen 10 at all. I assumed they'd at least, you know, I assumed they'd at least tease it. Be like, aha, it's coming next year. But that's good. That is so good. Because it means they're going to take their time, and it's probably going to be late 2026, which is when I want it to launch. Take all the time you need to make it run good. By the way, Legends ZA looked like it was running pretty smoothly. Where was the, I'm gonna jump around a bit here just to see it kind of running. I don't know if these are pre-rendered cutscenes or not, though.
The story takes place in Lumiose City, the largest city in the Kalos region. Prism
So we're gonna
Tower
kinda take a
stands
look
tall
here
at
and
the
see-
center of this city of beautiful vistas. These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to...
Okay, here's one that I really want to take a look at, is that shot there. Because that's got a lot of models in it, and I remember Scarlet and Violet shit the bed in two situations. When there were a lot of things on screen, and when it was trying to render a lot of stuff, because I remember Scarlet and Violet had the problem where it was essentially rendering the entire region at once. So if you looked in a direction where you were seeing a lot of the region, you started to stutter. Which usually meant if you were looking towards Area 0.
These days, Lumiose is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan to turn it into a city that
I do
people
see a
and
lot of
Pokemon
these models are
truly share.
very stationary in this.
After you arrive in Lumiose,
I want to back that up a sec, hold on.
After you arrive in Lumiose
That didn't
City
look
to see
bad.
the sights, you'll meet 3 Pokemon, one of which will become your first partner. Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile.
They do seem like
You'll
they're getting
choose
better
one of
at their
these Pokemon to
ground
accompany
textures.
you on a new journey as you
Which
get
actually, Game Freak has had a problem in the past with like the quality of their their natural texturing. So doing this in a city kind of helps them. Because you don't have to render blades of grass on concrete.
get to know Lumiose City and its inhabitants. Here are some of the colorful characters you'll encounter. When you arrive in Lumiose, you'll meet a new friend and ally. Either
Yeah,
Urbane
this is all
or Tanya.
very limited rendering,
The
indoor
hotel where you'll
scene.
be staying is
Izzy is so fucking big.
run by AZ. You'll also meet
I love it. Like, I want this game to be voice acted so bad. Because there's you could do such a good voice for him.
his partner, Floette. Lumiose's redevelopment is being managed by Quasartico Inc., You'll become acquainted with the company's CEO.
Quasartico. Sounds like a combination of Quasar and Articuno.
Jet and her secretary, Vinny. The different people you meet will make your time in Lumiose all the richer.
Okay, here's where we're going to get our first look at real, definite
gameplay. The city has set up
gameplay.
wild zones. These areas, located throughout Lumiose, give wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive. Wild Pokemon habitats where they can thrive.
I couldn't tell if that was a distance model.
To catch one of these wild Pokemon...
What I did see there is when you zoned in, the Pokemon actually had a slight fade in, fade out on them. It wasn't, like, perfectly well synced there. Which I assume is an indication that the wild areas have essentially fake Pokemon in them until you actually cross that gate, at which point it replaces the fake Pokemon with real ones to save on rendering, which is good. The other thing is, if something is not where you would be seeing it, don't render it.
Pokemon, aim carefully, then throw a Pokeball.
That was pretty good, not super laggy.
If you're having a hard time catching one, have one of your Pokemon use its...
I mean, here's the thing, if this game is laggy,
making it easier to catch.
Game Freak is taking a very huge gamble here. Because if this game is laggy, the real-time combat is going to suck. And this game is going to be dead on arrival.
This game offers a style of Pokemon battling not seen in previous titles.
You can see when the battle starts, it looks like there's less grass on the ground, which I assume is another way that they are trying to keep this from getting laggy, which is good. I will take a game that looks a little crusty if it runs at a consistent at least 30 FPS.
Positioning carefully to gain the upper hand.
God, it's like the anime, you can tell them to protect.
Lead your partner Pokemon through battles and dodge incoming attacks. Swap Pokemon if you need to and find the right moment to unleash a move.
Yeah, it does feel like they really cut down on stuff in battles to make sure they don't lag, and I'm okay with that. I am definitely okay with that. Again, I'll take the game looking a little crusty, fading out models in battle. I'll take that if it runs at 30 FPS on the Switch 1. I hope it's a little better detailed if you upscale it to Switch 2. I don't know if these games work like that, but we'll see. I think that's the last of the, like, real, hardcore game footage. So what was that last thing? Now that I know this is not a Gen 10 reveal. A promotion match announcement. Okay, I thought it said promotional match. Okay. So this must be... I don't want to make an FF14 reference, but it's the thing that comes to mind first when I hear, like, promotion match. Is this like a... I don't want to say Pokemon wrestling, but a similar kind of deal where it's like a competitive battling, like, tiered tournament system? That'd be fun. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Anyway, yeah, that's there now. I don't care about anything other than ZA. I don't care about those side games. We already looked at them earlier. Overall, very solid. Biggest takeaway, no Gen 10. Take your time. It's weird not to have a long outro, but that's kind of my main takeaway. And we are at about an hour, so I am going to wrap this up and go about my night. Thanks for coming out. If you like this, well, like I said, I've beaten Cyber Sleuth. I'm halfway through Hacker's Memory. I play that on Mondays on Twitch and YouTube streaming. So, you know, drop a follow over on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube for that. Wednesdays, I also stream. I do, as I call it, whatever the hell I want. And on Fridays, like tomorrow, I'm doing Final Fantasy X right now. You know, check it out if you want. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for coming out, and so on and so forth. Funny outro moment. Bye.